Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jehling.
All right, Coach, last week simply just didn't go the way you wanted it to against at Callisburg. Talk about that.
Yeah, last week was a tough game for us. I mean, it truly showed how young of a football team we are. I mean, several kids, first Friday Night Lights and stuff like that. Youth was evident, but it still means that, we got to improve. We got to improve, and no doubt. And I think you'll see with our team this year being so young that we'll improve each week. But, definitely our youth was showing on Friday night. Callisburg was a bit big physical football team, moved very well. Their big kids moved more athletically than we saw in film. And that's the downside of, this year you only get one film on them, so you never know what's going to be thrown at you. But they definitely did a good job. But, yeah, did not go as planned. But, good learning experience for our kids, good learning experience for our coaching staff on how we need to move forward with this young group of kids.
And the bad thing is injuries just piled up. What's the injury situation?
We have several key players out. I lost our starting nose guard, Will Fleming, on the first or second play of the game with a torn meniscus, so he'll be out for several weeks, possibly the season. Matthew Bearden broke his finger, which will need surgery, so he may be out multiple weeks. Jalen Thornton's got a shoulder injury. He'll be out this week. And then, with the COVID, we've had some players that needed to be quarantined, so we'll have some kids out. But, we knew going in that we were going to be a young, small football team. We anticipated since the beginning of 2 days about 30 on the varsity, and this week we'll probably suit up about 23 or 24. I know Caleb McNutt's still out with a hip flexor injury. He's been out for most of camp, but hopefully we'll get him back by district. But, it is what it is. It's just part of small school football, and we just got to figure out what we got to do and get the next man up ready to go.
I've been a part of some of those game film sessions like that after a game like that, and they're not really fun. How did the kids respond?
They responded well. Let's just say it was a long film session on Saturday. I got after them a little bit because of the mistakes, because it really wasn't a mistake of not knowing what to do. It was just not going 100 miles an hour and playing passive instead of aggressive, and that's. As in the back of my mind, I had to keep thinking, most of our kids out there are 15-year-old kids going against 18-year-olds. So, but, even Friday night, in the back of my head, I wanted to go nuts on the sideline because this is not how they performed in practice. But at the same time, with the young team, I didn't want to, escalate the situation because they're so young, and me just screaming at them might not have helped them. I was just kind of guiding them through and coaching them through it. But film was a different scenario, though. I did get after them in film a little bit. I've never been in a film session probably that was 3 hours long, but it was 3 hours of teaching, saying, why were you doing the things you were doing? What are you coached to do? And their answers, you could tell, they were just nervous as heck Friday night. So hopefully that's out of their system when we get after it this week. But we've had a great week of practice. They came out Monday and responded very well. Had to go into the gym Tuesday, and probably the best gym practice I've had since we've been here. And then yesterday we had a solid practice. So they've responded well this week. They really have. Seniors have even responded with a higher intensity.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Coach, weather has been an issue already. I don't think anybody thought that weather would play a factor in late August, early September, but here we are. Does that bring up the question of maybe the indoor practice facility again?
Yeah, anytime it rains or lightnings, that's always going through my head, but it puts a damper on us. Last week, people might not realize we lost a day of practice last Wednesday because of lightning. It kept coming in, and I didn't want to go into the gym because I didn't know how our team being so young would respond in the gym. Luckily this week we found out that they responded well. But anytime you lose, this week we got fortunate going into the gym, playing bells with their offense. It's a little different, but it hurts us working our passing game. But moving forward in district, yeah, it plays a big factor because we're playing spread teams that are going to be throwing it all over the field. Mount Vernon with our Browns is going to be chunking and dunking it. So where you are, it puts us at a disadvantage. I mean, that's plain and simple. I can say it puts us at a disadvantage.
Now this week you're facing a team that they're not going to be chunking it and dunking it. You know what they're going to do. Old friend Dale West, and they're going to come right at you with that slot T. How do you stop it?
It's the slot T is it's a ground and pound offense. I mean, he's going to try to control the clock. I mean, and first thing I told Coach Murray on Saturday morning, I said, listen, when you get the ball, if you give it up three and out, he's going to keep it for the next 5 or 6 minutes. It just is what it is. Luckily with us running the slot T in the past, our kids have a knowledge of it, and my background with it. You can come up with whatever you want, but it's going to come down to who's going to win at the line of scrimmage, who's going to control the line of scrimmage in this game, and hopefully, our D-line has been a big strength for us, so hopefully they'll be able to control it. But I mean, it's just the guys on the front this week. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight for 4 quarters. It is what it is. That's just what they do, and we just got to get in there and get penetration, get pressure. Pad level's got to be big this week. Cutting pullers, tackling is going to have to be a big emphasis. So. It is. It's going to be a quick game because that clock's going to be moving.
Right. So offensively, you've got a lot of skilled, players on the field. They're young, but a lot of talent. How do you kickstart that offense?
Offensively, what hurt us last week, I really want to say the penalties in the first quarter kind of took the wind out of our sail, and a lot of those penalties were just first time jitters. I mean, linemen flinching hands that they haven't done all through camp. I mean, snaps were slower than they were. I mean, you saw us in White right when we scrimmaged. We didn't have one offsides penalty, and then Friday Night Lights hit, and it was just nerves. So I think our offense will be fine. We've made some adjustments to help with the pass blocking, doing some things that we saw on film that we said this will help our kids. But I just feel once we get that first drive sustained, that's going to be the moment that it kickstarts us and kicks us going. I mean, I felt confident the first 2 or 3 plays. We had positive yards, 6, 7, 8 yards, and then penalties kill us. So we got to eliminate the penalties to kickstart that offense for sure.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.